your psychiatrist? Does he beat around the bush? What's he prescribing you? Lexapro, Xanax, it barely lets you function, but you can at least manage a dose to dull the panic. But now you never smile. The kids can't get you to play, so they feel like they're on trial.
What's up, everybody? I'm Skullz, and today we're going to be reacting to Won't Stand Down by Muse. I'm scared. I'm scared. Muse is one of my favorite bands of all time, or at least they put out some of my favorite albums of all time. I think Origin of Symmetry and Absolution are some of the best albums ever made. Black Holes and Revelations was really good too. They just started trying to get more of an American audience, which is always a bad thing. And from there on, it started going downhill for me. Not that all of it was bad, it's just they became much more hit and miss. And then they got to Simulation Theory, which I cannot tell you a song off of that album except Dig Down or something like that. That album was so forgettable. I love this band. I want them to do good. And they really disappointed me there because I know they're capable of a lot more. From where I'm standing, it seems like they're really dumbing themselves down for American audiences. And I'm sorry, I'm not here for it. I understand that bands can't stay the same. They have to grow and they have to evolve. But this feels more like they're devolving. I mean, Origin of Symmetry had really great guitar riffs, really great bass work. So did Absolution, just in a kind of a different way. Black Holes and Revelation, especially the last half, had excellent drumming on top of great guitar riffs. And just a side note, Black Holes and Revelation, I don't think is their best album, but I do think it has some of their best songs on it. Then The Resistance came out. That album was much more orchestral, and there were a lot of great tracks on it. It just felt a little bit recycled. By the way, Uprising, incredible song. And yeah, then from there, everything got really shaky for me. The Second Law, Drones, and Simulation Theory, all very shaky albums, very hit and miss. And it sucks because Simulation Theory was almost entirely missed for me. I only listened to it once and then I just never felt a need to go back and listen to it. And that's coming from a fan, from someone who really likes their music and wants to like it. But maybe I missed some stuff. I would definitely be open to going back and checking out some stuff from it. But that might not be fun for reaction videos because I feel like I'm not going to like it even on a second listen. I just want you to know where my headspace is at for this review. I'm very nervous that they're gonna stay on this downward path for me in terms of quality, but I'm really rooting for them. They're one of my favorite bands. Hopefully they don't disappoint. But anyways, guys, if you're new here, make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell. Helps the channel grow, helps the video reach more people, and I appreciate it a lot. But all right, let's get into Won't Stand Down by Muse. There's the thumbnail. Is that Matt? Oh, it's a mask.
I never believed that I would concede and let someone trample on me. You strung me along, I thought I was strong, but you were just gaslighting me. I've opened my eyes and counted the lies, and now it is clearer to me. You are just a user and an abuser, living vicariously. I never believed that I would concede and get myself blown asunder. You strung me along, I thought I was strong, but now you have pushed me under. I've opened my eyes and counted the lies, and now it is clearer to me. You are just a user and an abuser, and I refuse to take it.
Okay, so we definitely still have some of the dubstep influence that they introduced back, I think, in the Second Law. They're definitely sticking with the more poppy aesthetic. So knowing Muse, this seems very much politically charged. Good. We should be talking about this stuff. The lyrics so far, I never believed that I would concede and let someone trample on me. You strung me along, I thought I was strong, but you were just gaslighting me. I've opened my eyes and counted the lies, and now it's clear to me. You are just a user and an abuser living vicariously. And then it goes on to repeat it again. Yeah, so this sounds kind of like Uprising 2.0, especially with the title, Won't Stand Down. What I do like about the lyrics is that they are ambiguous enough to where it can be just attributed to like a bad relationship, like getting pushed around. And it's like, I'm not going to back down this time. I see through the lies and I'm sticking up for myself this time. But yeah, so far, a strong melody and the lyrical content behind it is definitely charged. The dubstep doesn't really feel out of place here. Everything's getting much more electronic. So this feels like a good evolution with Muse. I mean, they've done this in the past too with drones and stuff. In Second Law, they've introduced the dubstep, more electronic-y stuff in there. And I feel like it's played into that theme of the way we communicate with each other through electronics. It's kind of a nice backdrop to this whole like dystopian future that they're creating, and I mean even in the video. But they've been doing this for a couple albums, so it's not exactly new for them.
Abuser and I refuse to take it.
Like that rhythm.
Now I'm coming back, a counter-attack. I'm playing you at your own game. I'm cutting you out, a shadow of doubt is gonna hang over your name. I've opened my eyes, I see your disguise, I will never see you the same. I know how to win before you begin, I'll shoot you before you take aim. Now I'm coming back, a counter-attack, a psychological war. I'm cutting you in, I'm under your skin, now I'm gonna settle the score. I've opened my eyes, I see your disguise, I will never see you the same.
Okay, the music with the video and everything is pretty absorbing. I'm actually into this. The verse and the hook sound like almost two completely different songs. I think the transition could have been smoother, but I like that they're sort of experimenting with that. I definitely like the hook a lot more than the verse, but the verse definitely seems to be more interested in just creating like a very easy pop, casual listener vibe. But the lyrics for the hook was, won't stand down, I'm growing stronger. Won't stand down, I'm owned no longer. Won't stand down, you've used me for too long, now die alone. Nothing at all there to dissect, really. All very, very on the nose, very straightforward. And now the second verse, now I'm coming back, a counterattack, I'm playing at your own game. I'm cutting you out, a shadow of doubt is gonna hang over your name. I've opened my eyes, I see your disguise, I will never see you the same. I know how to win before you begin, I'll shoot you before you take aim. Then he repeats it. One thing I'll say about the lyrics is that they flow really well. I mean, they're not complicated, they're very on the nose, there's no dissection to be had. And the song is very well produced, it sounds good, it has a good flow. Like I said, the transition from the verse to the hook and from the hook to the verse, it's a little clunky, but it's really not a big deal. But all right, let's finish the rest of the song.
I've opened my eyes, I see your disguise, I will never see you the same. I know how to win before you begin, I'll shoot you before you take aim. Won't stand down, I'm growing stronger. Won't stand down, I'm old no longer. Won't stand down, you've left me for too long. Won't down.
Okay, so the guitar work was definitely the highlight there. Had a nice energy to it, but I think this is pretty underwhelming for Muse. I just might be biased at this point, and I'm just not a fan of the direction they're going in, considering what they've done in the past. But in terms of lyrical content, I mean, I like what he's talking about, but there's really nothing past face value here. It would just work better if you're a casual listener. Me, I'm not really a casual listener. I mean, there's some bands I go to for casual listening, and I mean, like, I can see me just casually enjoying this song. But I'm sorry, I know what they're capable of. I know they can do a lot more. Matt Bellamy can be a great lyricist at times, and he just has kind of chosen not to do that anymore. Like, you can't tell me these lyrics compare to something like Newborn by Muse. Newborn's lyrics were, link it to the world, link it to yourself, stretch it like a birth squeeze. The love for what you hide, the bitterness inside is growing like the newborn. When you've seen too much, too young, soulless is everywhere. Hopeless time to roam, the distance to your home fades away to nowhere. How much are you worth? You can't come down to earth. You're swelling up, you're unstoppable. Because you've seen too much, too young, soulless is everywhere. Great use of imagery, very dramatic, fits that dark opera style that they go for. Like, there's so much more personality, drama, and poetry in lyrics like that opposed to something like this. But yeah, I mean, honestly, they were just so good when they started, and I just feel like they've gotten so far away from that I just like old Muse better. Old Muse and New Muse are just very different bands. That doesn't mean I still can't enjoy them. That doesn't mean that I won't check out their album when it drops. It just means we've grown apart. We're just like a failing relationship, I think. But regardless, I don't want all this to just be negative. I really did like the guitar work. The way it was produced was excellent. I do wish the bridge had some more vocals or something on it, or maybe went on a little bit longer. But it had a lot of energy, and it was much rockier than a lot of their singles have been recently, which is nice. I'm just hoping that the album is a little bit more complex. Even if I get something more along the lines of drones, I would be happy. I just don't want another Simulation Theory. But either way, it was cool to listen to them. There's nobody that quite sounds like Muse, so there's always a sense of novelty whenever I come back to them. But alright guys, that's where I'm going to end the video. I appreciate you stopping in and hanging out with me. If you're new here, consider hitting the like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell. Helps the channel grow, helps the video reach more people, and I appreciate it a lot. And wherever you are, I hope you're having a good day, good night, and as always, I look forward to the next one. Peace.